Hey guys, welcome to another video. So on this one, I wanted to help you figure out how to decide and how to pick your Blaxit destination. A few months ago, I watched Stephanie Perry's live stream where the title of the live stream was, I Tell You Where to Exodus to for Black Women Expats. So I wanted to give you a few guidelines on how to decide where to go to, and I have my notes right here. So I'm going to go through all the different points that I put together to help you make a better decision on what country to pick, what city to pick based on these different criteria. Okay? But before I do, make sure you like and subscribe to this channel. That way you don't miss any of my new videos. All right, let's get into the first point on deciding where to Blaxit to. The first thing is based on your past experience. Is it a country that you visited and that you really, really liked, really enjoyed your time there? Maybe you spent some vacation time there, maybe an extended vacation, and now you feel like this would be the best place for you to move to with your family. That could be one criteria, past experience, and that's considerate. That is really significant because when you Blaxit, when you decide to move and relocate to a new country, it's really best if you've been there before. It doesn't have to be that way, but it really helps you to know that, okay, you know the place you're going to and you're not just blindly going somewhere new, okay? So first thing is your previous experience. Second point is what is really important for you? What are your non-negotiables and why are you living in the first place? So what are the things that you don't want to experience anymore? Let's say for a lot of people, Blaxitting is because of experiences in the US with racism and discrimination. So you want to go to a place where those experiences, you're not going to be faced with those experiences. Sure, we know that racism is global, but there are certain places around the world where it's not blatant or you're not going to get killed because of it, you know? So these is another way for you to figure out where you want to go because you are moving away from something and you want to go somewhere where that is not existing or is not as prominent as the place where you are right now. Okay, so that's number two. Number three, very, very important, is healthcare. Okay, and that one was a really big one for us because we are deciding on Cote d'Ivoire and Cameroon. If you want to know more about why we picked these two countries, check out the video that I'm linking in the description of this video. And you know, healthcare is not always, I'm not gonna say it's not, I'm just gonna say it's not always the best, okay, in sub-Saharan Africa. However, there are excellent care, there is excellent care, there are excellent clinics, right? So it's very, very important because not only of the safety of, you know, of us, but also of our children, okay? So we wanna make sure that we go someplace where we know that we can trust the healthcare system there, okay? Same for you. Is healthcare what is important for you? Maybe you have specific type of care. Maybe it's based on a physical disability. Maybe it's something that specific type of care that you need. Maybe it's for your eyes. Maybe for dental work. Whatever it is, you have to look into the healthcare system. Okay. Fourth, which is very, very important, is investment as a foreigner. Is it possible for you to invest there as a foreigner? I know that in a lot of countries, you cannot be a sole owner. You need to partner with a local in order to own something. So you're never fully the owner of the land, for example, that you're buying. Okay. With that being said, also, are they visas for long stay? Okay, or even investor's visa, are these available at that destination? That's something that you need to take into consideration when you are deciding on where to Blaxit to. 5, the culture. Is it a culture that you actually enjoy? The food, obviously the language, is that going to be a barrier for you? Both my husband and I are French speaking. I mean, we speak French and English as well. So it's not going to be a barrier for us. One of the reasons why I personally want to go to one of these two countries is because they're predominantly French speaking, and I want my children to be able to learn French the same way that I did. Well, it's not exactly the same way because for me, it's like we spoke French at home. But for them, it's going to be in the environment where they're living. So it's going to be easier for them to be immersed in that environment and to learn the language that way. So they don't have to go to school per se or take online classes to learn the language. Okay, so language is very important. Demographics: is it a young population? Is it an aging population? What is the racial and ethnic ratio? Okay, is it a predominantly, let's say, like Latin country or Black country or city even, right? Maybe it's that city specifically that the demographic makeup is different than the country as a whole. Okay, what about religion? Is it a Christian country? Is it an Islamic country? What is your preference? Okay, is it a conservative or more liberal country? That could be something to take into consideration as well. Number 6, this one is really something that you have to take into consideration based on the age of your children, is the education. If your kids are going there, for example, like if they're high school age, is their degree going to be recognized by, let's say, U.S. institution, U.S. colleges when they come back for college here, if they choose to, okay? Is that something that is going to be problematic or not? So that's something you really need to look into depending on the school they're going into right now and what the long-term plans are. For our case, they're still small, they're still in elementary school, so it's not a major issue for us at this time. Okay? Number 7 is human rights. How are certain populations being treated? How are women being treated? How are the LGBTQ community being treated? What about abortion rights? If that's something important and significant for you and your children, right, and your family, how is that being dealt with in the country that you are thinking about relocating to? Okay. Number 8, what is, and this is all about the political that is extremely important in case everything, something major happens. What are the relationships between your country, your home country where you are now, and the country you're going to? So is it going to be easy for you, let's say, to move out if something happens? Is it something where your citizenship, like people of, let's say, Americans, are welcome in that country, or is it going to be problematic? Okay, so what are the relationships between your home country and your host country? Do you have an embassy there? That's also very important to consider. And if you do, of course, make sure that you let the embassy know that you are actually moving there and residing there. Okay, even if you're visiting, it's always a good idea to notify your embassy that you're visiting. Number 9, extremely important, the weather. The climate, how is that like compared to where you're coming from? And is it different or is it about the same? Depending on your preference, do you want a more tropical environment? Do you want a colder environment, a warmer environment? And knowing if that's the case in that destination, okay? Last but certainly not least, the employment market / entrepreneurship environment. So are you going there for a job? Is the market, let's say, welcoming to foreigners? Is the market booming right now in the employment market? Booming in your niche, in your specialty, or even entrepreneurship? Is your area of business, is that something that is thriving there, that is welcome there? Or is it something that is totally new that you're going to have issues, or maybe not issues, no issues, to actually implement on the ground? Okay, so for us as entrepreneurs, we know that our areas are, it's not totally new, but we have space there for us to grow our businesses there. Okay, so these are the 10 different things that you have to consider when you're choosing your Blaxit destination. If you want to know more about how to budget for your move, make sure you check out my free resource in the description of this video. And again, make sure you like and subscribe to this channel, and I will be talking to you soon. Bye.